and Susanna Reid.
Still like that new announcer we got. I like the kind of movie tone. Let's just do that again. Just some names. Where are they?
Tuesday with Piers Morgan and Susanna Reid.
Like it. It's sort of
Sonorous tones.
James Earl Ray meets Morgan Freeman, isn't it? A sort of really deep tone. I like it.
Give it authority and gravitas.
I think it does. Where's the election one? We've got the election one.
For tomorrow morning.
For the election special tomorrow. You got it?
Wednesday, 4th of November, 2020. This is Good Morning Britain, America Decides, with Piers Morgan and Susanna Reid.
Don't worry, you haven't woken up on the wrong day. It's still Tuesday.
I just like that guy's voice, the
It's
announcer.
just after 7 o'clock.
It's called Alexander. Yeah, I think we discussed this last time. They sprang him on me. I wasn't even aware we had a new voiceover, but I like it. Anyway, Good Morning Britain is after just gone 7 o'clock, as you just heard. Our top story this morning, 2 men and a woman have been killed after a gunman opened fire on people enjoying a night out in the Austrian capital of Vienna. More than a dozen others were injured.
Well, the suspect has been described as an Islamist terrorist and also died after being shot dead by police. He was wearing an explosive...
Implement universal background checks and enact other common-sense reforms to end up it good, right? They're doing background checks. What that means...
More people buying
More
guns.
people are buying guns. 16.5 million background checks have been done in America this year. We're only in the start of November. That is already bigger than the previous record of 14.9 million. And the reason is that Americans, as we know, after every mass shooting, gun sales rocket, background checks rocket. After Sandy Hook, up they go, 40%. After the Aurora movie theatre massacre, up 40%. It's a strange, bizarre, irrational response
Well,
to mass
because people
shooting.
think there's someone on the attack and I need to defend myself.
Right, and that's what's going on now in America because of the chaos, the pandemic, or the protesting after George Floyd's killing, the kind of general sense of anarchy that's been sweeping parts of America. Americans are racing to buy guns in record levels. And, of course, should this election descend into chaos, which it could easily do, you could see the recipe for total disaster here. If it starts going to the streets, you know, if Trump says he won, then it looks like he's lost. If the Democrats think they've won, then it looks like they've lost. This could be very nasty. And you've got all these guns. Imagine that, 16.5 million more guns in circulation than there were in January. Isn't that a startling statistic?
As you say, sobering thought.
And, you know, Joe Biden can say he'll get action, but he'll only get that action if he manages to wrestle control of Congress. Because Obama had that for a year, then he lost control of the Senate after that, and, of course, he never got the power again to do it. They have small windows. You have to have the whole shebang to get this stuff through. So it's going to be very interesting to see what happens.
Here we are focusing our attention on the lockdown and whether schools should... So let us know what you think. Get in touch on Facebook, Twitter or email. We're going to debate that after 8 o'clock.
First, let's get the news, travel and weather where you are.
See you in a moment.
Apologise to Alexander, our voiceover guy, because earlier I said something.
Compared him to the wrong person.
Well,
Wednesday, 4th of November, 2020. This is Good Morning Britain, America Decides, with Piers Morgan and Susanna Reid.
so I said that he sounded, our new voiceover guy, like a cross between James Earl Ray and Morgan Freeman, which must have come as a rather disconcerting piece of information for him, because I meant, of course, James Earl Jones, who's the guy that does this. Alex, sorry, buddy. There are howlers and then there are howlers. There's no way out of that.
No.
As I was saying that, you know, we need that guy from Barcelona playing the piano
we really
when
do.
all is going to hell in a handcart.
Smooth it all over.
Let's have a bit of Barcelona, please.
With some
urgently.
soothing music.
Urgently.
Where's
Where's the footage?
Just us. There you go. Does that make you feel a bit better? You've got
Alex,
something stupendously
you know what?
wrong.
You could probably sue me, but let's just put it behind us, shall we? It's one of those things.
I did suggest you didn't draw attention to it,
You did.
but you insisted.
Susanna said, don't, no one will have noticed.
Yeah.
That's the thing, aren't you?
Robbie Savage has contacted me. He's been very big campaigning for kids to be playing
Grassroots
football.
sport, yeah.
He said there have been 3,300 games in Manchester Junior Football League from the under-17 to under-16 since lockdown. 3 positive COVID cases only. Parents can pick and drop off. Somebody else messaged me.
Yeah, just keep parents at a distance.
Well, somebody else said there've been no parents on touchlines. That's not been allowed. One parent per child. They've been doing dropping off, picking up, and so on. It seems to have been very well organised.
And it's so good for kids' health.
Well, also, I think through the winter months in particular, if they're going to spend potentially months on end, we don't know when this is going to end, do we? We're told by Boris Johnson December the 2nd, so we can immediately assume as fact that will not be when it ends.
Later than that.
Going to end by Easter. Going to end by the summer. Going to end by November. Going to end by Christmas. Going to end by next Christmas. Going to end... I don't know what's going to end, mate. Your career. Anyway, 189 days since Boris Johnson...
Yes, Rachel Sylvester has been...
It's savage.
Excoriating.
And not from somebody who's an anti-Boris person by any means. Anyway, we'll have a short break. You'll be back. We're watching Good Morning Britain on ITV. You are. I'm doing it.
Now, you two, calm down. Calm down. Thank you very much. Good luck.
Still to come, Americans are heading to the polls today, but who will...
Morgan and Susanna Reid.
Well, Good Morning Britain, just gone 8 o'clock. After a gruelling campaign, including the chaos caused by President Trump's COVID-19 diagnosis, voters will enter booths across America today and cast their ballots, with a record number having already voted by post.
Yes, across the United States, state governors have asked the National Guard to prepare for deployment in case of unrest and protests surrounding the election. Well, joining us from Ohio is former Senator and Democratic leader Capri Cafaro.
Well, what's the poll saying, yeah?
50,000 people voted.
Well, there you go.
47% say yes, but there is a majority for saying no.
It's a Brexit, isn't it? It's a Brexit. And it's very split. I mean, I've seen people get very animated on both sides. The truth is there's no easy answer about schools, is there? That's the truth. And obviously, we all want our kids to get an education. And I think it's a very difficult one, the school situation. Let's go to Lorraine. Lorraine, how are you?
I'm really good. Now, I know that was a very, very serious discussion. I do know that. But we all couldn't help but notice that your guest, in the back of the shot, she had her trainers drying on the radiator.
Can we go back?
And I just thought, that's brilliant.
Has she gone?
I know, she's obviously been running and she's had her trainers on and then she's put them, as you would do, quite sensibly.
Yeah.
But that's where my eye was drawn, I'm sorry, but it was very good.
Perfectly understandable. Lorraine, bring us a ray of sunshine in these troubled times.
I'll try. With America, of course, deciding the president's going to